Getting to experience this place with all of these artifacts from history is just an incredible experience, and I'm lucky to be here.
My goals is I want to do something that helps people, just like a little bit of things like that, kind of take that experience in for myself.
I was born here. I wanted to fully learn more about it, and that's why I decided to be part of it.
What do we have to learn from the youth, from people that weren't around when it happened? And so going through these items with them has just been so special. Honestly, one of the most meaningful things I've done in my career thus far.
I think the fence allows people an entry point to relate to the larger story. The fence really was put up for the protection of the footprint of the Murrah building. People began almost immediately to putting items on the fence.
We realized in the early days that people wanted to memorialize, and they wanted to remember and to pay tribute. And that fence became that first memorial.
It's emotions woven into that wire of the fence. They want to leave a part of them here to make sure we realize that they're with us on our journey.
And this is a part of me that respects what happened here, what happened to you. I talked to them even years later and say, yeah, I was down there and I put something on the fence, and what happens to it? And I told them the process that we've always done, that if it was not to deteriorate, it was archived. Oh, they thought that was just wonderful, that we would take the time and effort to keep those items on that fence and protect them forever.
So the fence project, me and my co-interns, Deanna and Julia, are going through the items that are left on the fence. I think our earliest box was 1995. Here's a box's worth in there, and we go through and we're adding them to our digital archive, processing them, and then we're creating a digital little exhibit on the website. So we'll save items that have storytelling potential or that we could write about.
We've been going through boxes and boxes, and each box has a letter, at least one letter, from a family member or a spouse or a kid to a victim. A mother was killed in the bombing. She had 2 children, and every year they write an update, a letter to their mother still. There's one out there right now from this family that their kids are now getting engaged, and this is grandchildren that she never got to meet. And so that family that has had this dedication forever and will continue is just so impactful year after year, reading their life updates, feeling like I know them when I've never even met them, and just the way that they write to her and to no one else but put it on display for everyone to see is just, it's very powerful.
There is meaning attached to all the things that are left by victims' families. What we've been affected by is finding meaning in stuff that wasn't, or something that's really random. So I found a cross that was made from just sticks and a hair tie. Part of you feels so compelled to leave something that you just create something.
It left a scar or a mark to Oklahoma City. Anyone can put an item on the fence to remember someone or a victim, bring awareness, or to show hope about the bombing. And the fence means sympathy, grace, and remembrance to me.
That first moment of walking the fence with them is kind of burned in my brain, simply because we've basically been able to build that story out. That first walk has become more meaningful as we've gone through these fence items. Their first vision of it was, here's a few things. We open a box and we're in 1995. And we're looking at the things that were put on the fence in 1995. And so the fence has become progressively more meaningful. Every time that we walk by it, our eyes are just a little bit more open than they were before, simply because we found so many beautiful things on the fence.
While I was working here, I keep a lot of mundane things as well. I keep almost all my birthday cards, other things. Because of working here, it really connected me more to the things I was saving in that box. I didn't even think about the meaning it has for myself.
Solely the fact that I'm 19 years old and I get to have my hands-on experience with history is probably my favorite part.
Extremely positive to work here. As you've looked at these images, as you've looked at the things that have been left on the fence, you're not constantly focused on the tragedy. What you're constantly face to face with when you look at fence items is the response and the way that Oklahoma City became what it did and produced these Inasmuch Fellows that we get to be around every day.
Thank you, Inasmuch.